defendant used an animal training collar that had shock capability on victims' genitalia. This is an update video on the Bibb County, Alabama child trafficking case. I don't have the best recording setup. My computer, my PC, does not have a media card that even supports a web camera, so when I record these videos, I actually have to record the video separately from what's on my PC and then edit everything together. I've been trying to put this video together for about a week, and every time I think I have all of the information that I want to present together, something else comes up. So I think I want to start with the most recent information. Today, August 6th, an 8th person has been charged in the child trafficking ring. Olivia Shaylee Elam, 26 years old, was indicted by a grand jury on several counts of rhymes with grape, entering the back door, human trafficking first, minor intimate servitude, and kidnapping. She's also charged with aggravated child abuse and intimate torture of a child less than 12 years old. In total, Elam is charged with 34, that's 34 crimes. What is wrong with these people? The Bibb County Sheriff's Office launched its investigation in February and uncovered a several years long, child intimate trafficking operation that happened in a storm shelter in rural Brent. Sheriff Jody Wade said in a news conference announcing the first 7 arrests, "I know God's forgiveness is boundless, but if there is a limit, we have reached it." Investigators have identified 10 victims between the ages of 3 and 15. Sheriff Wade said some of the suspects all related to the victims. He said some children endured the torture daily, and the people selling the children for intimacy could make up to $1,000 per night. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has confirmed one of the suspects, Andre Trejo Velasquez, is a verified member of the Sureños gang during a news conference in July. Sheriff Wade said that this gang is known for child intimate trafficking. The investigation is ongoing, and then it goes on to a list of the full suspects in the case, and eventually I want to get into each and every one of these suspects, but that is really something for another day. Today I want to focus on Rebecca Brewer. But first, welcome to Kate Bonnie Country. You can call me Kate. Thanks so much for stopping by. Come on in and have a seat while I fix some coffee. While that's brewing, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Those 2 actions help the channel grow, and I appreciate you so very much. I try to upload once or twice a week and enjoy reading your comments. If you know someone that might like my content, make sure to share this video with them. I have a second channel, Kate's Country Critters. That is where I upload videos of the shelter dogs that I groom and help find homes for. If you would like to help with those efforts or give general support, please visit my Patreon. Paid memberships come with exclusive content such as behind-the-scenes looks, home grooming tutorials, and more as time passes. The links to both Kate's Country Critters and my Patreon are in the description below. Great! The coffee's ready. Now back to today's discussion. Now we're going back to Becky. Becky really caught my attention after watching this news piece. Let's go to here. Alright. This news piece is the first thing that really brought my attention to her. We're going to go back to Thursday, July 24th. And let's look at this news piece.
3 of the 7 suspects charged in a disturbing child trafficking investigation out of Bibb County faced a judge for the first time today instead of a bond hearing. All three chose to stay behind bars. ABC 3340's Gracie Johnson was there and has the latest.
What was scheduled to be an Anias Law bond hearing for 3 of the 7 suspects charged in connection to alleged child abuse and trafficking out of Bibb County.
All right, the first lady here is Becky.
To alleged child abuse and trafficking out of Bibb County ended quietly. Rebecca Brewer, Ricky Terrell, and Sarah Terrell all waived their right to bond during their first court appearance.
It's not the norm, but it does happen from time to time. This is probably the first non-murder Anias hearing that resolved itself that fast.
Each of the 3 faces severe charges, including human trafficking, kidnapping, rape, sexual torture, and child sex abuse. Before entering the courthouse, Rebecca Brewer told media, "I didn't do this. I love my babies."
That is what caught my attention. I didn't do this. I love my babies. I want to know exactly how much. How much does she love her babies?
Inside the courtroom, Ricky Terrell was overheard telling his attorney, "I've never touched a kid." He also asked an officer if he could hug his wife, which that request was denied. Despite the quiet courtroom behind the scenes, the investigation is very much still moving.
The public should rest assured that the majority of the perpetrators that have been identified are either in custody and charged or will be very soon.
And that's why we had an 8th person was indicted earlier today. I still think there's more people involved. Because if Sheriff Wade says that they could make up to $1,000 a day trafficking these kids, there's a lot of Johns out there that haven't been rounded up yet.
So far, authorities have identified 10 child victims ranging from ages 3 to 15. Most are under the age of 10. Investigators say they were drugged, restrained, and taken into an underground storm bunker where strangers would pay to abuse them in what they described as appointments.
Now, about those 10 child victims, we do know that some of Ms. Brewer's children were involved. I don't know how many of the children are actually hers. I don't know how many of the children are the Terrells. I don't know if all 10 children come from the 2 families, if there are other families involved. This is not information that's made public. We do know that teachers reported suspected child abuse throughout the 2024-2025 school year. They reported it through the channels that are prescribed by the Bibb County School Board. So they reported to the administrators. The administrators would then report to DHR. DHR investigates, gets police involved. That's usually how things go. But the teachers say DHR never contacted them. It might be that the police wanted to investigate differently. Or it could be that somehow that process was never completed. I don't know. This information isn't public. But the general consensus is that someone dropped the ball. These kids should have been protected. Action should have been taken sooner. But once again, we don't know the full situation. What we do know is the oldest victim is now 15. And that 15-year-old says the abuse started a little over 2 years ago when the victim was still 12. We know that the youngest victim was 3 years old. And it's just hard. It is difficult for me to even discuss this. I'm trying to do this as, I'm trying to speak as objectively as possible. But yeah, I get angry. I get so angry every time I come across new information in the case.
Whenever you have cases that involve children victims or child victims, it shocks people to the core.
The next court date for these 3 suspects is set for August 21st, a preliminary hearing. Until then, they remain in custody without bond.
August 21st. I will try to be there if I don't have to work.
Gracie Johnson reporting. Investigators say this case is still developing and that more victims and more suspects are likely. And we have continuing coverage of this story right now on ABC3340.com.
Okay, so upon hearing Miss Becky say that she didn't do this and she loves her kids. I'm sorry, I didn't do this, I love my babies. I wanted to know exactly how much she loves her babies. She waived her bond hearing. She's still in custody at the Bibb County, Alabama jail. Now, doing an internet search, most county jails, or at least the ones in more affluent counties, have inmate databases so you can see who's incarcerated on what charges and where we're going from there. Well, if you come in to Bibb County, Alabama, this is all you see. It's a free website powered by Wix. So, you know this county ain't got any money. They don't have the resources. Anyway, there is no way to search for a Bibb County, Alabama inmate. Believe me, I tried. So, the best link I had... So, let's see. I came down to... Here we go. This is Alexander City Online. That is a city in Alabama. So, I'm just going to try this. Okay, Rebecca Brewer. From records about Rebecca Brewer. Now, I think this is one of those paid things, but let's see what we get. Ooh, lots of Rebecca Brewers in Alabama. No, 45, that's too old. Wrong place. I see 2 Rebecca Brewers, one in Duncanville, one in Brent. Let's go with this one. Let's go with the one in Brent, age 29. Oh, what do we have here? Relatives. Andre Trejo Velasquez. We recognize that name, don't we? I just did a video on him. He is one of the other suspects. He is also the one who is the member of the Sureños gang, and she's related to him. Now, he is a U.S. citizen, but here's the thing. The Sureños gang does not recruit people who were born in the USA. Anyway, she's listed as a possible relative of his. They live together. He is around her kids. You really love your kids, Becky? You love your kids? And you're involved with a freak like this? Okay. So, let's moving on. Let's go back and let's search for Andre and see what it says. Hit that search button and bring it up. Alright, this should be interesting. Waiting. Now we pull it up, and what do we see here? Andre Trejo Velasquez, 29, only 1 record matches. And there's Rebecca Brewer. There's Rebecca's name, and he's got addresses in Dolomite, Alabama. That is kind of between Bessemer and Birmingham. Brent, Alabama, matching her address. Tuscaloosa, that's a county adjoining Bibb. West Blockton, that's about 12-15 miles from Brent, and would you look at that, he originated in California. The Department of Homeland Security has confirmed that he is a U.S. citizen. The Sureños gang does not recruit U.S. citizens. They are foreign-born, they come here and they seek citizenship. So I don't know. He started out in California with his gang ties. At some point in time he became a U.S. citizen, and now he's connected to Miss Brewer in Brent. So, he brought his criminal ways with him from California, brought those gang ties with him from California. I don't know, Becky, what were you thinking? Are these her kids from, is he stepdaddy? Or are they children that you share with him? How can you love your kids? Either way, this is sick. It is sick and twisted, and what the heck? I want to cry. I just absolutely want to cry over this. Now, this last bit that I want to show you is I downloaded a PDF. I haven't had the chance to go over it. This is the original complaint that was filed on September 23rd at 11:43 a.m. It was filed electronically with the District Court for Bibb County, Kayla Cooner, the clerk. Before me, the undersigned authority. Personally appeared this day, the undersigned complainant, who, upon first being duly sworn, states on oath that he/she has probable cause for believing and does believe that Rebecca Cecile Brewer, defendant, whose name is otherwise unknown to the complainant, did, prior to the commitment of this action on or about June 1st of 2023, so a little over 2 years ago, commit the offense of the first 8 counts, human trafficking, first degree. Then we have 8 more counts of kidnapping, first degree, so we're at 16 counts. And then 3 counts of intimate torture or abuse in the county of Bibb. And then we're going through, oh my goodness, let's see. Human trafficking, first degree, on or about June 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2023. So she was involved for about a month, but the abuse is ongoing. Okay. So she was involved for about a month and then just pretended she didn't know anything. Rebecca Cecile Brewer knowingly subjected another person to labor servitude or intimate servitude, or knowingly obtained, recruited, enticed, solicited, threatened, isolated, harbored, held, restrained, transported, provided, or maintained any minor for the purpose of causing a minor to engage in intimate servitude, or to wit, describe victim and conduct of defendant. If I am interpreting this correctly, and I am not a legal expert, I believe these are the children's birth dates. The children are being identified by their initials. So victims AT 91720, AT 12819, AT 7517, AB 3115, TB 82418, TB 101321, MC 111015, BDH5, WA1317, had been restrained for adult men and women who paid for acts of intimacy with the minor children while they were incapacitated. I think that's supposed to be were. I think somebody made a typo. With minor children while they were incapacitated, defendant assisted in restraining and harboring the minor children. Alright. Trigger, hush! So it looks like they have evidence to support that she was directly involved in restraining the kids on 8 occasions within 1 month. They got evidence to support that. There might be more involved here, but this is what they've got evidence to support. This is what they can charge her with. Okay, where are we at? Human trafficking. First degree, on or about. Kidnapping. Then the next charges were kidnapping. We have kidnapping, first degree. Did on or about June 1st, kidnapping, first degree. Did, on or about June 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2023, abduct minor children, AT 91720, AT 12819, AT 71517. What's the matter, Rojo? Oh my goodness. Hi, buddy. Come around this side. You're okay. I will feed you in a minute. Can I feed you in a minute? Can you come around the other side? Come right here. Come right here. Come on. Hello. You're making this difficult. Hi, buddy. Hi, Rocco. Yeah, no. You're making this difficult. Okay. What? Oh, okay. You want me to feed you? Fine. Okay. Yeah, both top bowls are empty. I guess I better feed you. Yeah. Okay, so take right. Okay, right. Go. Okay, now that that's high trigger. Now that the dogs are fed, the next 8 charges. Kidnapping, first degree. Did on or about June 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2023. Abduct minor children, AT 91720, AT 12819, AT 17, AB 3115, TB age 24 18, TB 10 13 21, MC 11 18 15, BD age 5, WA 1317, with intent to accomplish or aid the commission of a felony or flight therefrom, or these parts are not marked, which means she's not actually. This is a unified form, so they just put the X's towards in front of the parts that apply. So the rest of that we're going to ignore, and did so by assisted in restraining the minor children for the purpose of selling the minor children to other adults for intimate pleasure. We got 8 counts of that. What is wrong with these people? Okay, scrolling down. Kidnapping. Okay. And then and the last bit's page 6 of 7. Oh my God. Intimate torture or abuse. On or about June 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2023, Rebecca Cecile Brewer committed intimate torture or penetrated the vagina, anus, or mouth of a person who is less than 12 with an inanimate object by a person who is 16 or older with the intent to intimately torture or intimately abuse. To wit, defendant used an animal training collar that had shock capability on victim's genitalia by placing the collar on and in genitalia and using the shock function on the collar to punish victim. Victim is a minor child, less than 12 years old. Tell me you love your kids? You don't love your kids, Becky. You don't. 2 counts of that. And then we have in violation of section. This is all the different sections of the Alabama Code that were violated. Which embraces and this was signed by Justin Hobbs, who was the investigator in the case. That is the Bibb County Sheriff's Office address. It was filed, and the warrant was issued on the 23rd day of July by Michaela Hanna. The witness was the other investigator, Christopher Poole. This is sick, guys. This is absolutely sick. What is wrong with these people? Those poor kids. Anyway, that's the first time I've read through exactly what they are accused of. And then, in finality, Friday, August 1st, we have an update. A woman and man charged in connection to the Bibb County child abuse investigation involving an underground bunker faces new charges. Rebecca Brewer and Ricky Terrell are now charged with first-degree crimes with rape and intimate torture of a child less than 12 years old. Brewer was previously charged with 8 counts of human trafficking and kidnapping and 3 counts of intimate torture. At least one of the 10 victims was her child, but she said babies. So we're going to say she has at least 2 children. At least 2 of these 10 children are hers. How dare you? How dare you say you love your babies when you put shock collars on them? Used shock collars on their genitalia as punishment. You don't love your babies. That's not how you show love. You are a mama. You are supposed to protect your babies. Feet first, into the wood chipper.